another huge hack in crypto world and also part of Iran-Israel war, which is ongoing. And again, unfortunately, during a war, the main people who suffer are the ordinary people. In this hack, a group called Gonjeshke Darande in Farsi, in English it means the predator Sparrow or something, attacked to one of the most famous Iranian online exchanges, Nobitex. Nobitex is known for many people, even very ordinary people, with the problem we have with all the Iranian rial, which going down and down. People move their money to USDT and other stable coins. Or because of all the problems we have with our economy, people start trading online, at least to preserve the money they have. Okay, no, sane people should keep their money in an exchange. You should have your own wallet. But many people had their money here. Around 12 hours ago, the Gonjeshke Darande announced that after hacking Bank Sepah, which is a bank related to army in Iran, they have hacked Nobitex. They claim that Nobitex is one of the places that Iran uses to terror financing and sanction violations based on their claim. But I know that many ordinary people have their money and their life in this exchange. After the hack, they claim that you have 12 hours to withdraw your money. After that, we will publish lots of information. When site went offline, as always, which happens, and then they started moving money to these addresses. You can see this is a political statement. This is not an actual address. If you are on crypto and you want to create a wallet, you create a public and private key, and these should match. These looks like sample alphanumerical strings. Sample? No, random. Random alphanumerical strings. If I want a key to start with J, I have to create, for example, 60 keys, and by random, one of them would start with a J. If I want JA, I have to create 60 multiplied by 60. 60 to the power of 2. If I want JADI to be in the beginning, that would be 60 to the power of 4. If you want to create something like this, technically it should be impossible. If they could create something like this, which finishes in Nobitex and only this, technically they could have found many other wallets with huge money in them. So technically this is a burning address. It's only a string that nobody had the private key for it. So they are burning the money. They burned 48 million USDT. They burned Dogecoins, 39 million Dogecoins, around $7.7 million. They also burned Bitcoin and others. On a later post, they claim that we burned all these addresses: Ripple, Harmony, Solana, Tone, Ethereum, Tron, and Bitcoin. So technically they have burned around $90 million of the assets there. Based on what we can say and based on the technology of the blockchain, this is irreversible and nobody will be able to spend them. Even if someday someone spends from any of these, it will be visible for the world. So technically they attacked, they burned the money. Very bad for the ordinary people, although they claim that this was a company related to blah blah, which I cannot talk about much. But the Nobitex tweeted that this was only part of our assets and our assets were in a cold wallet, so it was not connected to this system. It was a different wallet, so we still have huge part of our assets, and also having the insurance and other resources, we will reimburse people, hopefully. Let's see, and let's wait and see what will happen. This is also, for example, Nobitex IR's assets. Now there is a huge drop here to technically zero. But some hours ago, maybe an hour ago, they started moving money, and they, for example, moved around $400,000 to this wallets. I don't have it here, but not very important. Maybe they are going to reimburse part of it. Let's see how it works. Info stealers have some more information on this. They are checking the malwares on the computers. They claim that in 2 cases we have 2 malwares on the computers of people working for Nobitex. One is September 2024, another is for 2023, and both of these claim that the computers of people related with these sites and systems were affected. They even show that this is the malware for this specific person. For sure it's not readable here, but they had access to Jira credentials, also to many of the they found cookies on the admin panels of the Nobitex, so maybe this was the main entrance for the hackers. The hackers seems to be related to the Israeli government. Previously, they have hacked Iranian gas stations and other attacks to the railroad and these kind of stuff, which is visible on their account. We have to wait and see how it goes, but the sad part is ordinary people have lost many of their assets. Let's see how it works. It's war and it's bad for people.